All right, guys, here we are working on John's JK. Now, this one might look a little familiar, or it might not actually, because it's changed quite a bit since you've seen it last. John's JK was the Red Rocket that we filmed a segment about down at Tuttle Creek Off-Road Park. It was sitting on 29-inch tires, it was bone stock, and he was wheeling the heck out of it. Now, things have changed a little bit. We've got a Rock Crawler 3-inch lift we're putting on, Fox shocks, 35-inch KM2 BF Goodrich tires, and we've been working on it already a little bit. We've got the front started, we're getting on the rear here, and I'm going to be really curious to see how well John can off-road this, considering what he was able to do with a bone stock JK on 29-inch tires. He learned how to drive on that. He's a very good off-road driver on that, so it should translate to being even better on a set of 35-inch tires with a 3-inch lift. So we're going to continue working on it, and if you're wondering what we've done already, well, here's a little preview. So basically, to do the lift kit, essentially all you're going to do is you're going to remove the stock tires, you're going to remove the stock springs, the stock shocks, you're going to remove, in this case, he got a new front track bar, so you're going to remove the factory track bar, and then you're going to replace them with all of the upgraded stuff. A couple different ways you could do this. You can buy a complete kit, 100%, everything is in a box, and it comes and you get everything from control arms to springs to disconnects, everything. I did that on my Jeep when it came to the full Curry lift. This one is a little bit of what John calls a Frankenstein lift, because he bought the Rock Crawler setup, the 3-inch lift, and then he bought different shocks, those Fox shocks, and then he bought Terraflex pieces, and he's kind of Frankensteined it together. But that's fine. That's part of the thing about working on Jeeps, is that you can put different companies' parts together. You don't have to say, well, I'm only using Rock Crawler, so I only use Rock Crawler parts. You can kind of do your own thing. If you like the one manufacturer's spring better than another manufacturer's shocks, go for it. Put it together yourself. My recommendation is do a lot of research before you do that to make sure those parts are all compatible. They'll all go together to give you one great off-road rig. All right, so we're doing the rear of John's JK, and to give you a little example of the difference between the springs that we're putting on and the springs we're taking off, this is the factory spring right here. This is the brand new spring from Rock Crawler, and if you look at these two, obviously a huge difference, the number of windings on here. And you look, it's a 3-inch lift, but you look at this between the two, there's not 3 inches here. So what makes up the difference? It's the spring rate. This compresses more under the weight of the Jeep than this does. This is a stiffer spring. So when you put this in, it holds the Jeep up a little higher than the factory spring would. So there's a huge difference between the two. And it'll give you a little bit more droop, and off the trail it'll keep, or on the trail, it'll keep the wheels on the road, on the rocks, on the dirt a little bit better than the factory ones would. So we're wrapping things up here with John's JK. We've got the 3-inch Rock Crawler lift on, the Fox shocks. We've got the BF Goodrich KM2s on. You can tell a huge difference from a stock JK with 29-inch tires. I cannot wait to see this thing off-road the next time we take it out, which will probably be in a week at Tuttle Creek. So it looks awesome. I mean, it really changes everything. Even if you weren't going to take this thing off-road, just the look of it as a mall crawler would be incredible, just like this, man. It looks great. So it's been a pretty easy bolt-on job, and I'm telling you, anybody could do this in their 2-car garage. You could do it in your driveway with a couple of buddies, and as long as you have enough pizza and beer, you could probably get it done.